Let me ask you something real quick. You and your coworker make the exact same salary, same amount, every 2 weeks. But 5 years from now, one of you has savings, investments, and options. The other is still living paycheck to paycheck wondering where the money went. Same income, completely different financial life. The difference is not luck. It is not a side hustle. It is not even how much you spend. It is one thing, one habit. And in the next 7 minutes I am going to show you exactly what it is and how to build it starting today. A few years ago I was that person. Good job, decent paycheck, nothing to show for it. Every month felt the same. Money comes in, money goes out. And at the end of the month I would open my banking app and just stare at it like, where did it all go? I was not blowing money on crazy stuff either. I was being responsible, paying rent on time, covering my bills, buying groceries, putting a little aside when I could. But that was the problem right there. When I could, saving was always the last thing I did. Whatever survived after everything else, that was my savings. And most months, nothing survived. Then I met a guy at work. Normal dude. Did not make more than me. Did not have a fancy second job. But he had bought his first investment property at 28. Had 6 months of expenses saved. Was putting money into index funds every single month without fail. I pulled him aside one day and just asked him straight up, how are you doing this on the same salary? He looked at me and said something I will never forget. He said, you are spending first and saving whatever survives. I save first and spend whatever survives. That is the only difference. I thought he was joking. It sounded too simple, but I went home that night and actually looked at my bank statements. Every single month, without fail, I was paying everyone else first. The landlord, the electric company, the phone bill, the grocery store. And then, if anything was left, I would think about saving. My money had one job and that job was to leave me as fast as possible. His money had a different job. The moment his paycheck hit, a fixed amount moved automatically into savings and investments before he touched a single dollar for anything else. Then he lived off what was left. Same income, completely different result. And here is what hit me hardest. It was not about discipline. It was not about willpower. It was about order. The order in which money moves determines everything about where you end up financially. So let me break this down into something you can actually use starting this week. There are 3 money orders, and which one you follow right now is determining your financial future, whether you realize it or not. Money order 1. The broke cycle. Income comes in. You pay bills. You spend on living expenses. You treat yourself a little. You save whatever is left. Most months nothing is left. Repeat forever. This is how most Americans operate. This is why most Americans are one missed paycheck away from a crisis. Not because they are irresponsible, because the order is wrong. Money order 2. The survival mode. Income comes in. You pay bills first. You cut back on spending. You try really hard to save at the end. Some months you make it. Some months you do not. Progress is slow and inconsistent. This is where a lot of people think they are being responsible. But inconsistent saving is not a system. It is just delayed broke. Money order 3. The wealth order. Income comes in. You pay yourself first. A fixed amount moves automatically to savings or investments before you pay a single bill. Then you pay your bills. Then you live off whatever is left. This is the only order that builds wealth consistently. Not because the person doing it makes more money, because the money has a job before it has a chance to disappear. Now here is the practical part. Start with just 10%. If your paycheck is $2,000, move $200 automatically on the same day your paycheck hits. Set it up as an automatic transfer, so it happens without you making a decision. Because decisions are where we fail. Automation is where we win. If 10% feels impossible right now, start with 5, even 1%. The number is not the point right now. The habit is the point. You are training your brain and your bank account to treat savings as a non-negotiable bill, not an optional leftover. The second thing you need to do is give every dollar a job. After you pay yourself first, your remaining money needs a clear destination. Bills, groceries, transportation, a small fun budget. Everything gets a category. Money without a category always finds somewhere useless to go. The third thing, and this is the one people skip, is to increase your savings rate every time your income increases. Most people get a raise and immediately upgrade their lifestyle. New car, better apartment, more dining out, and they end up just as broke at a higher income level. Every time you earn more, save more first. Let the lifestyle upgrade come from what is left, not from the whole increase. Here is the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Rich people are not saving money because they have extra. They have extra because they saved first. That is not a mindset quote. That is literally the mechanical difference in how money moves. You do not need more income to start. You need a different order. So this week, before you do anything else, Set up one automatic transfer. Whatever amount you can do, do it today, not next payday, today. That one move is the beginning of the wealth order. If this video helped you see money differently, subscribe. Frequency. Every week I break down exactly how money works in plain English so you can stop wondering where it goes and start deciding where it goes. Drop a comment below and tell me which money order you have been living in. 1, 2, or 3. Be honest. That is where the change starts.